Okay, then let's cover up the next topic, that is life cycle expectations. So here life cycle expectations, this topic will cover up some of the default life cycle criteria we have discussed. Phase 11, phase, construction phase, transition phase, according to which how much effort is required, how many things it will take, and how much money we have to spend in which phase, how much it will take. So it will together comprise and make this topic of life cycle expectations. So there are no mathematical or formal derivations for utilizing these 7 core matrices that we have discussed. But there are some specific reasons for selecting those matrices, like quality indicators are derived from evolving product rather than artifacts. So artifacts, I hope you remember this term. Artifacts, very important term that we have discussed many times in this subject. Artifacts are nothing but all the information which can be reviewed or implemented, and these artifacts can become according to the phases. It can become your requirement um, document, it can be your design model, it can be your source code, runtime files, compile time files, then it can be your user manuals. They all are artifacts for your project. Okay, one by one we have to cover up all these things, and then finally we have our completed fully functional project, product also you can say. So first thing is why these 7 core matrices have been chosen as the indicators of our complete project, because there are many matrices which can be utilized to evaluate our project or product, you can say, that we are developing. So these quality indicators, they derive from the evolving product. As we are developing the product one by one, step by step, so these quality indicators are derived from those step by step manner, you can say, rather than the particular artifacts. One by one we are doing things. So quality indicators we have seen also, we are talking about failures, we are talking about our rework cost and rework, uh, like how much work we have to do in coding subsystems, files rework. Then change traffic, how many changes are been completed, how many changes are still pending to be done. So these things we have seen. Then next thing is they provide insight into the waste process. Uh, then they require the inherently dynamic nature of iterative development process. Rather than focusing on the value, they concentrate on the trends and changes with respect to time. How many changes are coming up with respect to time. So they give us these kind of insights. This question can come up in the form of in alternate form, like why the core matrices are important, and basically it can be also utilized, this content can be utilized in the question, what is the significance of core matrices in the project management. So there also you can utilize these points. Then the combination of insight from the current value and current trend provides tangible indicators for management action. So it will give us the complete insight about our project, our organization, about our domains, and we have to follow the general pattern basically to you can say a mature development organization should be able to describe some targets on these matrices that are much more definitive and that are much more exact for their specific purposes. So for that purpose, there are some default patterns being given according to the life cycle phases. These are the matrices: metric of effort, metric of schedule, metric of staffing, stability, architecture. You don't have to cram this thing, just Under life cycle expectations, try to remember some of them so that you can make your answers. No need to cram the complete table. So this diagram is just showing us during the phases one by one, during all four phases, because inception phase is the initial phase, the first phase, which just comprises of requirement gathering, requirement elicitation, and then elaboration is about designing, construction is about implementation, transition is about deployment. Then during these phases, according to the matrices, how much they require, so that we have to just analyze through this table. So staffing is like, for inception phase, small team is required. For elaboration phase, ramp up little bit more, and then construction phase steady, and then varying. For transition phase, varying means it will change one according to the requirement, because here up to construction phase, it will be the more crucial part. Varying means because now your project is completed, but according to the changes and feedback that will come to you from the customers when they will utilize that project or product, then it will vary that in which portion changes are required, so according to which it will vary up. So that's why these kind of things you have to remember, just like you can remember for staffing how much effort is required, because we already know, as we are seeing, okay, according to the phases, inception phase only 5% effort is okay, elaboration phase 25%, construction phase 90% of the team is being utilized, and then 100%, that means your complete team has completed their work and it's been done. So that's why 100%. So in this way you just remember some of them. Okay, so I don't think I have to discuss all of them one by one, that is not required also. You can remember for modularity that we have just discussed. Adaptability is there. So you can do one thing while preparing for the quality indicators and the management indicators. By checking out these terms from the table, you can remember these values. That will be enough for you to prepare this particular topic. Okay, then it will be easy for you all to make the answers by yourself.